Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to.
What is it, Howard?
Well, it's one or the other. Let's talk antiques.
Let's talk antiques.
Oh,
You got a phone call, and I'll bet money it's going to be.
swapping job.
Answer it, Howard.
Okay,
Could be your birthday.
Answer swapping job.
you're on Let's Talk Antiques. Can I help you?
Uh-oh, I was just reporting an accident.
Oh, where was the accident, or where is the accident?
Okay, it's mile marker 89 on I-24 East going towards Chattanooga. There's an overturned tractor trailer, and it's backed up almost all the way to Murfreesboro.
Oh boy, yeah.
they'll
It
be
doesn't
all
take
in
long.
town.
Okay, well, thank you for that report. We appreciate that.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye bye. Oh yeah, I'll tell you what, that interstate backs up quick. So that was around
it
accidents
does.
around mile marker 89.
My brother says when he runs for president, his whole campaign line is going to be 3 lanes across America. So, he says
On each side.
Yeah, he thinks he can get elected based on 3 lanes across America.
On each side.
Yeah,
For
but
the
3
whole-
lanes is not enough.
Well, you know.
On
Why
each
don't
side.
you encourage him to run on that platform?
There you go.
Phil?
It's a pretty good platform.
I think we just should concrete the whole country.
There you go.
and,
That's a point
and no
too.
lines. Anyway, that has nothing to do with antiques.
Okay.
See, we're off the subject already,
I tell you
fellas.
what, I can tell right now the green people's going to be after you.
Boy, I'll say.
Ooh, them tree people are going to eat you alive, Howard.
I don't. Yeah, well, one thing about plastic trees, trees don't fall down.
Sure, you just have to rake leaves in the fall.
Right. All right, you're on. Well, anyway, this is Let's Talk Antiques. And,
Let's let Philip do his first.
and Philip, do your thing.
This is Let's Talk Antiques.
Oh, that was
right.
good. All
You're
right.
listening live on WMSR if you're listening on the radio at 9 o'clock in the morning. You can also catch us on Charter Channel 193 and
don't even know
LiveTube
where
Channel
we are,
6.
do you?
No, I don't know where we're at. Facebook and YouTube. All you have to do is search for us, Let's Talk Antiques, and we'll come up. And then please like and share our videos. Comment if you would too. And
but on the
keeps us up in
light tube,
the
isn't
ratings.
it like 1:30 every day?
Yeah, I believe it's 1:30 every day. They're a week behind though.
Yeah, but they're 1:30 every day.
Yep.
And then your 193 is
Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. I can't tell you the exact times. You know,
Well, it's about-
I was
the-
going to print it out and bring it today.
The
so that I
exact
knew.
time is the say time for those 3 days.
Okay. True.
Maybe.
I've been meaning to actually bring
Now,
that out here, so I know.
you do the programming, right? Setting it up.
Yeah, I've been putting Christmas parades and choir concerts and stuff all over the
Aren't you
schedule
real
right
busy
now.
right now?
Covered up. It's from Thanksgiving to Christmas is my busiest month. Solid, yeah.
Well, I noticed that Jiffy Burger helped you with the Manchester Parade and the Tullahoma Christmas
Oh
Parade.
yeah, Jiffy Burger's been coming through, and that's Hannah's voice, my oldest, who turned 21 on Sunday. She's about 13 on that voiceover for that commercial.
Yeah, we've been doing them a long time, haven't we?
Yeah, no doubt.
And we do the Jiffy Burger does it here. You know the greetings, and of course, lots of
Oh,
other
yeah.
people
The
do.
Let's
Oh,
Talk
yeah.
Antiques.
Do you do a greeting, Howard?
Nah.
If you was going to do one, Howard, if you was,
Yes.
let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Bah humbug. No. No, we I guess we do that like Christmas Day. We do some like Merry Christmas things that gets
Well,
played in
well, let's
because
see
we
you
go
do
to we go to nothing but music, starting Christmas Eve about noon, and then plays all the way through the day, and then all day Christmas and midnight Christmas.
Well, except
Night.
for
Is it all Christmas music?
Almost all pretty much all Christmas music.
Christmas Day morning, we'll all be here though, won't we?
No.
What if y'all got?
Well, I'm going to be doing swapping job.
Are you really?
No. No. Christmas Day, the computer is
The
greeting
computer
everybody.
kicks everybody off.
Yeah.
and does that? Okay.
But we play nothing but Christmas music here on.
That's really good, Howard.
And I think they play the greetings that people
Hey,
have.
but we got our rocker guy that plays after us here too, from 10 to 12.
Well, yeah.
Our music guy.
Yeah, he'll probably be playing "Rock Around the Christmas Tree" or something.
Yeah, and I like listening to his show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is Let's Talk Antiques.
Okay,
and
and the second part of last week's,
here we go.
we
Okay.
were going to do the toy side.
Oh,
of it,
yeah,
but
yeah.
we never got to it.
No,
so we're
no.
going to do that second part today.
Oh, so
And by the way, Howard, you brought your cars. That
Yeah.
were these your cars?
they were one was my dad's and one was my uncle's.
Hold that car up there.
Oh.
You said you played with those when you were
But-
about 10 years old?
Well, I used to play with these a lot. Where's the camera?
Right
There it is. See?
Yeah.
And
That
they're-
was a taxi, Philip,
Oh, okay.
before he done the paint
They're
job on it.
cast iron, and they're very heavy. They were a bank. There is a slot here in the hood, and there used to be apparently a thing here to keep the coins from falling through. And there was a man that sat inside here where my finger. I don't know if you can see
In the driver's seat.
in the driver's seat, but I've never seen him, so I don't. I guess my dad and my uncle must have lost those.
Well,
when
and
they
it's supposed
played
to
with
have, both of them supposed to have a spare tire on the
And
back.
they had one.
One
has,
does have the holder.
has the wheel, but
Yeah.
not the tire.
All right.
Back here.
Would that have been? Are these rubber?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
rubber.
but
they're-
some
but-
of them set so long in one spot that it's flattened it.
Yeah, it's kind of.
You know,
that's
see how where it's set in the
A
same
little bit
spot?
of flat tire.
And
yeah.
then-
Here, Howard,
And,
take that when you get through with that one and tell them about that
And
fourth one.
there was two of these, and they were made by the Arcade toy company, I guess it was. Rock. What is the name? What is that? I can't read it now.
Is it Rochester, New York?
No. Fremont? No, what is that? I can't make it. Free something or another. Illinois. Fremont, I guess it is.
Is there such?
The company is out of business.
But I mean, is there such a Fremont, Illinois?
Yeah.
Or you just make that up?
No, it's you can't. It's right there. Can't you see it?
No?
No, it's black. You need a flashlight to light it up really
Well,
good.
and Howard done this fancy paint job on it.
Yeah, long. I guess I was 10 years old or something like that.
Pretty good. You should have maybe
And-
become a body man.
Yeah.
Paint body man.
I'm pretty good with cast iron body work.
It don't look like you brush painted them, does it?
But that was brush painted, yeah.
Yeah, I don't guess they had shaker cans back then, did they?
I guess I don't know. Probably not.
You painted the tires too, didn't you?
Yeah, I painted
Because
everything.
they were white.
Yeah, they were white rubber.
They were good, Rich.
Yeah, yeah. And then this is an old Fordson tractor, cast iron again. I'm not sure who made it. Probably the same company, possibly, because they were a pretty big toy company at one
Yeah,
time.
it looks like an arcade piece.
Yeah, and of course it's all cast iron. There used to be a man that sat in the back seat on the seat here.
There's a big demand for metal men, isn't it, on these toys?
Oh yeah, but see, that's what always got lost was that
Yeah.
little toy. So if you happen to see one of those on for sale with the man, they bring a lot more money
About
than
two and
you.
a quarter, didn't it? 75 on
75 for this one, and these in original condition. Well, close to original.
that. With the man,
with the person sitting in was like 250.
yeah,
or
and
something.
the spare tire.
And the spare tire. And yet, even though these were played with a lot, and not all of them they would still bring quite a good bit on, even painted like this. The
How
wrong
much you
color.
think it bring, Howard?
This? I don't know. I suppose at least 100 and a quarter or so. I don't know. I'm guessing.
Cast iron ages pretty well. There's not really too much you can do.
Well,
to
one
it,
nice thing about this, a kid can't break this. He might pull the tires off
Yeah.
and eat them.
But I think the most unique thing about that arcade piece is that it's a bank.
It is a bank.
But of course, arcade made a lot of metal banks.
Yeah. And I looked up their an article on the company, and they said that they were making toys, and then they somehow or another they got the rights to do the yellow cab.
Mm-hmm.
Used to hear about now everything is Uber and was it Lyft.
The
Yeah.
cast iron yellow
But,
cab.
but they did yellow cab, and it was painted the yellow cab
Mhm.
colors, and had I think a little sign on the side of the door and stuff. And that was really, and it was a bank, and that was a real big item for them. And really, they marketed that for years and did quite well with it.
Well, Marx, what really put Marx on top, Marx, the gentleman that formed Marx Toy Company.
Louis Marks.
Yeah, he actually worked for somebody else, I think Lehman, at one time. And so when he started his own company, he had this climbing monkey.
Oh
And
yeah,
that's what really, you remember him?
I remember seeing those.
Yeah, and that's what really got him started.
Now I've got some Marx trains, the 3-track, kind of like a Lionel, same size as Lionel as far as the scale, but the track was a little bit smaller, not quite as heavy looking, and really a nice train sets that
Well, Marx built a lot of nice toys.
they did,
And,
and a lot of mechanical wind up.
oh,
you know.
that's like the Climbing
Yes.
Monkey.
Yeah, the Climbing Monkey,
And all,
or the
lots of wind-up toys.
or
I like
or
the
the
Merrymakers.
yeah, or the toy tanks.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
that as they ran, they sparked to the gun, so it looked like the gun was firing and stuff. But no batteries because batteries were not. Well, they weren't just that good. Yeah,
No.
and small enough to be
Yeah,
in
they
a
were
toy.
a little large at that time.
Yeah, the
probably.
big old D battery. Not like the little AA and AAA that
Hey,
we're
Ronnie,
putting stuff today.
Yeah.
see, do a search real quick and see when they first come out with the D battery.
The D battery?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they've been around a long time because I can remember flashlights
yes.
forever
Yeah.
that used a D battery, and then it went to C's, and then of course kept getting smaller and smaller.
What do you have,
But,
like AA and AAA and all
Yeah.
that?
Yeah,
Too many A's.
Then you drop to those little watch battery things.
yeah.
And
Now a lot of
and all
toys
kinds of
today, a
stuff.
lot of stuff uses those little watch batteries.
Yeah.
C32s, and
Yeah,
I don't know.
those are-
They must
It
have a
gets
million
confusing.
different sizes nowadays.
It gets confusing.
1898.
1898.
National Carbon Company introduced the first D cell.
How about that, Howard?
That's pretty.
See, there's nothing we can't find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank goodness
got
for
it.
Google, huh?
Yes, buddy.
Well, we're partnered up with them.
Oh, is that right?
D cell were the dry. And,
Ronnie knows Mr. Google by first name.
the lithium ion came out in the 70s.
Wow.
70s.
Lithium batteries.
Now, lithium, they stay charged longer?
That's what's in your cell phone.
Is that what they stay charged longer, don't they?
Well, that and they can.
Compared to the
That,
regular.
yeah, but
oh,
they charge denser. Now they're doing like a glass graphene battery.
Oh,
They're working on that because it's really dense.
What do you think about that, Howard?
I mean, they haven't perfected it. and they
Have you
haven't
learned
come
anything
out.
about batteries? I bet you a quarter that some of those batteries bring a lot of money on eBay.
I bet the Baghdad battery would.
especially if they're all
know.
nice and corroded.
Yeah, that's my first thought is how corroded.
Well, that's what ruined a lot of toys.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't the age; it was leaving those old batteries in.
No,
them.
they got done playing with them and put away, or like around Christmas time, you might say, "Well, we'll save this for next year," and they put it away with the batteries in, and then that battery corroded up. A lot of those.
Did you ever use any of those Baghdad batteries when you were a kid?
Did I ever use them?
Yeah.
Well, I don't. I do remember taking old batteries that weren't.
These were 2,200 years old.
Yeah,
there
20
you go.
Well, then you
when
talk,
I was a kid.
Let me
thank
tell you what you. Let me tell you what you're going to say. You put them in the oven for a little bit, didn't
No,
you?
but we had when I was a kid, our house had a furnace in the basement,
Yeah, heat.
coal fired.
Oh wow.
And
That
you'd-
heat would help that
They
battery.
used to take those old batteries that kind of didn't work too good, set them on the register for a little while, and let them cook a little bit, and that would renew them, and they would work. You could do that a couple times, and then they finally were totally dead. But
Yeah.
we used to heat them back up. We didn't have the money to run out and buy new batteries at the drop of a hat like everybody does today. Things were not
Hey,
quite as
Well, everything wasn't throwaway, Howard.
well.
Change the
That's
acid out in your car batteries.
yeah. You used to be able to buy for your old car battery. You used to have these packets of stuff that supposedly renew your battery. You dump it in the, and I don't know if it really worked or not.
What
but
was it?
A lot of people. You'd go to the carnival, and there would be always this guy as you come in
Yeah,
selling them.
Probably new electrolytes.
Is that what it was?
I thought that.
And
was
you
in it.
Don't eat those.
Yeah. Isn't
Well,
that-
I thought you could put an Alka-Seltzer in those batteries and it would recharge it.
I never tried that.
You never did?
No.
Well, when I was a kid, that's what they always said. Put an Alka.
But did you ever try it?
No, I never had a car when I was a kid, Howard.
Oh,
You stand back while somebody else tries that.
I thought you grew up on a farm.
No,
Oh,
I was city slicker.
oh boy.
Okay.
A dead silence.
Hey, you know why? You know why it was dead there for a second?
Why?
I think I stunned him. He thought I was a farmer.
Oh, he looks
I
like
do have Farm Bureau insurance. That count?
Pretty close.
Are you allowed to have Farm Bureau insurance if you're not a farmer?
Evidently.
Busted.
Evidently.
Sure you are. I had it for
The
you.
insurance police are going to come and get him.
Yeah.
How do we get off subject again?
It's your fault, Howard.
We're talking about vintage toys.
Oh, I'll tell you what, let's
Okay.
take a break.
Is it time? Well, it's time.
And
Pay the light bill.
We'll gain our composure.
And then we're going to, let's talk about, I'll tell you what, let's talk about when we come back. Let's talk about Tonka Toy Company, which was created right after World War II, 1946.
Okay. We'll be right back with more. What is the name of this program?
Let's
Let's
talk
talk
antiques.
antiques.
I think we need a button for you just to hit.
Yeah, and it'll say
I
it
should
for you.
pre-record that, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, we'll see you in a minute or two, folks.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking!
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
All right, we're back. And like Max said, we're back.
Back where?
I'm not sure.
With Let's Talk Antiques.
There you go. Okay.
I'm confused.
You just know you're back, right? Okay, so let's have a real quick, just a little short history
Okay.
about Tonka,
Tonka.
which is interesting.
Yeah, okay. Tonka was actually Mound Metal Craft, which was created in 1946 in Mound, Minnesota. The original intent was to manufacture garden implements. But the building's former occupant had made and patented several toys, and the three men thought it might be a good sideline for their other products. So they did a couple of modifications on it, and the logo was based on the University of Minnesota drafting student sketch, who later began the company chief industrial engineer. The logo used the Dakota Sioux word Tanka or Tonka, which means great or big. And in November 1955, Mound Metalcraft changed its name to Tonka Toys. And there you go.
Mount Middlecraft.
And they were big. They were nice, big.
And
Now,
Trucks
you
and-
said they were sold out of.
yeah,
You looked out, they're actually still in business, Howard.
they are. Let's see, when was it? In 91, Hasbro bought them. And in 2011, Funrise Toys bought them. There's one thing here is in 87, Tonka purchased Kenner for $555 million, which is how much money that Tonka had in the bank at that point. So
Wow.
they were wheeling and dealing pretty
Yeah.
good up through then.
So they sold a lot of trucks.
They sold a lot of trucks. I remember I had the dump truck and several others I used to play with in my grandparents' yard.
Yeah.
When you think of Tonka, that's what you think of, the big
The big truck,
dump
and then there
truck.
was
dump
like
trucks,
a excavator, I guess is what they call. Used to call them steam shovels, but you don't hear
Yeah.
that too much.
Oh, yeah.
You could work the
Yes.
handle and load the
Oh,
truck
yeah.
up and
Road
all.
grader. One.
Yeah, road
two,
grader.
yeah.
You work out and play. It were great toys to play in the sandbox
Mm-hmm.
with, and because you could dig and they were sturdy because they were made out of metal. They didn't break.
Yeah.
Like
Not quite cast iron. You could run them over and tear them up.
well,
but they
yeah,
could-
they not as heavy as the old.
But they were
But they
large
were-
toys,
But they
too.
were big.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were large toys.
large scale. Yeah.
Yeah, even like the hubs on the wheels, they were metal. And then eventually, you know what happens.
Well, they went to
Yeah. They
plastic.
They turned into plastic. hubs.
And the wheels broke off on
Yeah,
them.
and then the next thing you know, the wheels turned into plastic instead of the big rubber tire.
And then I would imagine if you say they're still around today, I bet they are probably a combination metal and plastic more
Yeah.
so than they've ever been.
And I'll tell you something they do have with
What's-
these vehicles and toys, like the trucks. They actually talk. You know, they.
Oh yeah.
You was talking about that, the electronics.
Yeah.
They've even added electronics to some of the trucks. And toys.
Yeah, they have that feature where you can push a button and it makes the sounds and all that stuff. But the original ones now, the big old metal ones from way back, they're worth quite a good bit of money on the market.
They're going for good money on eBay, no doubt.
Yeah.
Well, you want to see what they're going for?
Yeah, what are they? Give me an idea.
The top one here is a 1963 number 640 ramp hoist, perfect in the box.
Oh, in the box, no less.
And it brought somewhere around $1,900.
So if your children had Tonka toys when they were young
And didn't
they're-
play with it.
well, even if
this
they
is
had them
in
and
the box.
they're in a box up in the attic, and they're in
1963.
pretty good shape,
Dig them out.
they may be
Yeah.
worth a little more money. Let's see, we got a call coming
Now,
in. Let's see who we got here.
Don't you say swap and shop.
No, I'll try not.
You were
Oh,
too slow.
I guess.
All right. Next, we got
Josh
a,
got it.
1961 Amoco standard oil tanker truck. They wanted 1,600 or 1,800 and took a best offer, but it was more than 1,750. So
See, that's a couple things that thing's got going for it. One, it's a Tonka vehicle, but having that Standard oil on it.
yeah,
Yeah, that's another
so
company.
you get
yeah.
another collectible. in there.
item.
Standards got started early in the, late 1800s?
A long time ago, yeah.
Yes. Start out with kerosene.
You're right.
Here's the next one is a 59 number 7 Tonka logger truck. New in box, never opened, mint condition.
Good grief.
$1,750.
And it looks like a new box,
Yeah,
too.
so that's found old stock found somewhere. Yeah,
That had to have been from a store or something that never got sold.
Couldn't
or
have been a
something.
Christmas toy.
No.
It says never opened, so it might not even be the truck inside of there. It could be an iron or something like that heavy just to fill it up.
It could be a box of rocks.
And there you go, box of rocks.
Hey, you remember Howard?
Surely they look
Howard,
inside.
you remember when we was kids what they threatened to give us if we wasn't good?
Well, yeah, a
during
lump of coal,
Yeah, and how about a bundle of switches?
a bundle of switches.
Oh, okay. I might do that.
ever
this
get
year
either
for
one of
my
them?
kids. No. Not
Yeah,
lucky.
you always,
I
that's
got a
what you
bundle of switches.
Were they wrapped?
More than once.
get. Here,
He got to pick it out too.
talking about
Yeah,
that.
I've done that, too.
a couple years ago, was giving my grandson a rough time, Hudson. And I don't know, he was, I don't know, maybe 8 or something like that at the time, maybe 9. And I went on someplace, maybe it was eBay, but anyway, I found a guy selling lumps of coal for Christmas. We bought him a lump of coal. And it was real coal. It was dirty, you know. It was
I think that guy sold a lot of coal.
He did. It came in a little plastic bag. Had it was done up real cute, but he was bad. I was telling how bad he was. He really wasn't. He did real good, but we got him a lump of coal for Christmas.
Or did he like it?
Well, he got all dirty. His mother wasn't too happy about it when he opened it.
Lit it on fire in the oven. Stuff
Yeah,
like that.
probably burned it in the fireplace.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of coal, just right up the road here, there's a sign that says Abe Lincoln Coal.
Yeah, I see that every once in a while. Do they sell? They don't still sell coal.
No,
Nobody
I think when they was redoing that building, they found that sign and they had it redone.
redone.
Yeah.
They used to buy coal, and
Well, coal was a big business,
oh yeah.
and so was ice, Howard.
Oh yeah, that
You
was
bought
another-
it by the pound.
Well, see, again, growing up, I spent a lot of time with my grandparents, and they were in Pennsylvania. And me and my grandfather would go down to the mine with his pickup truck, get a load of coal, bring it home, and shovel it into the basement. And they had a coal burning furnace.
Sure. And by the way, the Riddle family, Bud and all of them,
Yeah.
they were in the coal and ice business.
Oh, really?
They were in the right business at the right
Right
time.
time.
Then they got in the concrete business.
Well, he's still in the right business.
Now,
for that.
Bud's hauling gravel if you need any.
Yeah, I know. We've got gravel.
He's
from-
hauling me some.
Right. But no, coal. Of course, the only bad thing about coal is good heat. It is a nice heat, but it's dirty. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
It's
it's
really dirty
dirty.
soot, and we'd get like this little snow that we had. If it stayed on the ground for a few days, it turned from white to black because of all the coal
Well,
furnaces.
do you remember, Howard, there was lots of houses that had the coal chutes
Oh, yeah.
that shot down into the basement?
No, that's what we used to. That's what I said. That's what
I had a house in Tullahoma that
Still had the coal
chute.
chute?
Yeah.
had the coal chute.
It made it easier to unload.
We'd lock the kids down in there when they were bad in the coal bin. No,
Yeah.
just kidding.
Really? Did you? Did you?
We threatened to. That was enough to scare them. It was kind of
It's
scary.
got a scary room back in
under
there.
under the house there.
Hey, he's talking about buying a lump of coal. Boy, we sure did get off subject.
There you go.
Well, you're talking about buying a lump of coal to give to your grandson. Mm-hmm. So I'll tell you what I did buy.
What's
I
that?
bought not a lump, but I did buy some small pieces of coal that come from the Titanic.
Really?
Yeah.
Now wait a minute. Now,
Yes.
how do you know they came from the Titanic?
Well, the guy said it did. Don't you believe him? Don't
Was
you
this
remember
a
when they went
traveling
down and
salesman?
found all the stuff at the Titanic, and the foundation was selling stuff to raise money?
Yes.
Howard, you got to keep up with the news.
Well, I know that, but
But this was a foundation. You don't trust foundations?
I'm going to bite my tongue on that.
There you go.
That's a no.
Back to, let's see, about one more minute or so, we got to take another break.
Do we? Oh, 32. No, yeah, about 3 minutes.
Okay.
Let me.
Well, let's talk about a toy.
Couple
You
more
wanna
talkers.
let's get back on subject and talk toys.
The Buddy L telephone.
I'm interested in this coal that came from the Titanic. Did it float to the surface?
No, they had to go. Remember when they went down and we're gonna have to spend the next 3 minutes on Titanic. Google that real
They used
quick.
the robotic
Google
submersible.
the Titanic code, and let's enlighten Howard a little bit.
Yeah.
But Howard, do you remember seeing the special about them taking those submarines
I saw all
and
that.
how they reached and got a lot of stuff?
I've even been in the Titanic in Branson, Missouri. I don't know how it got there, but there it is in the middle of the United States. Is the Titanic.
Well, it's also at Gatlinburg.
There's one,
isn't it?
I've never been in that one.
How many Titanics was there?
Well, apparently there's more than one because there's one in Branson and one in Gatlinburg.
I found several things of
Okay.
Titanic
No, but-
coal on eBay.
All
here.
right, how much
Yeah,
is it bringing?
Well, the one that's just the certificate with it. Let's see, $263.37 was the buy it now. On
Well, I
one.
mean, you could buy a whole ton of coal
$200,
for less than that.
$197,
Well,
$151.
maybe if Bud's listening, he can call and tell us how much a ton of coal is now.
But
Matter of fact, Google and see how much a ton of coal is, Ron. We'll never get through this show with toys, son. I can tell you right now. How much is a ton of coal? Somebody. We don't need dead air.
Oh, I'll get that for you, Eric.
I'm loading.
All right.
$35.99 per short ton.
short
Okay.
ton.
Now, what's a short ton?
I haven't sliced it.
Howard?
2,000.
2,000 pounds, isn't it? And a
Is
long
it?
ton is
2,200.
2,200. Yeah, 22 or 23.
Wow, that's pretty cheap.
2,000 is a ton.
2,000 pounds is a typical
It's
ton.
a short ton,
That's a
maybe.
short ton.
$36. I wonder if you can just go over to get the train to stop and tow home, and you could back your truck up and load a ton off of it.
Hey, it's since we're off subject and about to take a break, so they cut this big pecan tree down, okay? And behind the restaurant.
Hang on, let me Google pecan tree.
Wait, listen to this story. So my daughter
Uh-huh.
caught the guys out there and said, "Cut me 2 logs. I'm gonna make some mantles." So we're talking like 8-foot logs, and the thing at the bottom was like 5 foot. Okay, 5 foot by 8 foot. So Tracy calls me up and said, "Daddy, bring your Dodge truck up here. It's a half-ton pickup."
I want him to load it by hand.
No, Mark Brown, the tree guy, said, "If you'll bring it up here, I'll sure stick it in your truck." Can you imagine what
It would
a
have broke it
5
down.
foot thick, 8 foot long log would weigh?
I hope you have helper springs.
Okay,
Pepper
now,
spring wouldn't help.
okay, how much is a metric ton?
A metric ton. Oh, my.
No, there's no telling.
2,205 pounds.
2,205 pounds. Oh,
So is that how they get the long ton? Because they use metric?
It's close.
Yeah.
So, there's your nice pecan.
Okay, here's a
mantle.
long ton to
Oh.
metric.
Hey, we need to save that picture and send it to Tracy. Here's a mantle made out of pecans.
Nice pecan log.
yeah.
mantle. Wow.
And here's a truck with broken springs.
There you go, yeah.
A broken truck. Why did it crush my truck?
I sure would.
Let's take a break and think about that.
Yeah, let's take a break. We'll be right back with more Let's Talk Antiques.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in, get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking!
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
All right, we're back here with more Let's Talk Antiques on Thunder Radio and a bunch of other places.
We're jumping brands now to Buddy L.
Buddy L,
Toys.
huh?
And Ronnie's got us a history over there, don't you?
I've got
little
all
bit.
of them. Okay, Buddy L was Moline Press Steel Company. Started out in Illinois in 1910, and they made press steel fenders, and they made cabs for International Harvester tractors. And so it was established by Fred Lundahl and his wife Marie. And their first and only child was a son named Arthur, and they nicknamed him Buddy L to differentiate him from the other kid. Another kid in the neighborhood named Buddy, so that's where the company
name
got its name. Was
Really?
Buddy L, yes.
Wow.
So let me see.
So they used to make car parts.
Throughout the 20s, they grew by leaps and bounds. Of course, that's when they had their most popular trucks come out, and they had the fire trucks. But the golden era was short-lived because of the Great Depression. But Lundahl's death in 1930, he was 47. Put the pressure on Buddy L, and his company was sold. And the new owners began to cut corners on material and construction. So the stuff before his death would be your better quality toys.
Yeah. So originally, though, Ronnie, he made car parts.
He made
And so-
fenders and cabs.
Right, and so he
International
made his kid a truck, a toy,
Right.
a truck. And so the kid, of course, played with it in the neighborhood, and before you know it, all the other kids wanted one. And it even showed in their advertisement how strong they were, Howard. A full-grown man stood on top of it and didn't break the truck. Now, that's
Wow,
a tough truck.
That's tough, yeah.
That's tougher than Tonka.
Yeah.
That would be the ones made before his death in
That was in the
1930.
20s.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's better quality trucks.
Yeah.
That's why they considered that the golden era of Buddy L.
Yeah, it was.
I've got a really nice Buddy L 1923 Red Baby by Fred Lundy, number
that's him.
200 International Harvester truck.
Ah.
It has been repainted, and they wanted $2,500 and took a best offer, which was still around more than $2,400.
Wow.
Keep in mind, Howard, we're talking about a toy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that probably cost what? Even Buddy L would have been a top of the line toy, but it might not have
In
cost much.
1923.
Probably maybe $20 at the most.
Oh, no.
Probably not even that.
No, no.
More like $10.
$20
That was big money back
yeah.
then. People
Yes.
worked for a whole week for $20.
or less.
Yeah.
Now that Keystone above that's a really nice truck, you know, and they were a big company
Yeah.
about the same time as Buddy L.
Okay.
Keystone made some really nice trucks.
Now there's a high dollar piece right there, Phil.
This Wrecker.
I have a Keystone record, but I don't have the Buddy L.
Buddy L Wrecker tow truck, press steel. They wanted $2,400 and took a best offer. It was over $2,000 on that though. And there's
You got any of them, Howard?
No.
here's a 1920s Buddy L bus. It says it's humongous, 30 inches long. Extremely rare and desirable. 38 bids on that went for $2,024.
Wow.
Wow, that's some people bidding it up there.
That Buddy L stuff, you know, the good stuff always brings the money.
Listen, you talking about a good investment. Those early toys are still a good investment. They
Well,
still
yeah, they're
up.
going to go up in value.
They are.
You know, a lot of people, you know, they invest in big, fancy, exotic cars, you know, but things like toys. Now, that you know, obviously it won't be $100,000, but
Yeah, but
But
profit-wise, you'll make more
Dollar,
profit.
make more
dollar
money.
for dollar, you'll make more money.
You'll make a
Yes.
lot more money on the toys
oh yeah,
than you will the car. If you
Right.
put 100,000 in toys and 100,000 in a car, the toys will outdo it every time.
I don't know if you saw it on my Facebook page. Somebody, I saw it and I shared it, and I know you.
You share a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and you see a lot of it. I see where you share it.
Right.
But somebody put on there, and I shared it, a metal pedal car. And they bring big money.
Yes, they do.
It was a 1951 Studebaker pedal car. And I don't know what it was worth or anything, but something like that. How rare. I had never seen a pedal car that was a Studebaker.
They
Well-
done a lot better with them till they started reproducing them.
Well, yeah, but this is the original.
Have
and
you
it's
ever seen a
quite
37 Chrysler Airflow?
Not only in a museum, a real
I mean,
one.
I'm
but
talking
not,
about a
not
pedal car.
Not a pedal car.
Or
no.
a 41 Chrysler?
No.
Yeah.
You got
Or-
those?
Or a 41 Oldsmobile? So they made a lot of different ones after cars.
Oh yeah. But think what that would be worth and what it cost new.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, that 37 I told you about, the Chrysler Airflow,
Uh-huh.
has working headlights and balloon tires.
Oh no.
Really?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I've not seen pedal cars with balloon tires.
Well, we're talking about early pedal cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them are quite nice.
Oh yeah, like the tandem fire trucks, double seated.
Now,
I like fire trucks, don't you, Howard?
oh yeah. I was saying that on what is it? The channel on the cable that does all the cars. That,
Motor
Mary
Trend?
Jackson.
Yeah, it's Motor Trend channel now, but it used to be called something. That Wayne Carini, I don't know if you've ever seen him. He's got a car place up in Connecticut. He's a dealer in the collectibles, and he was out. He found some pedal cars that were from way back, and they were absolutely beautiful. And the prices that they were quoting on those kids' pedal cars, of course, these were all from like the 20s and the 30s, And of course, they had been restored, I guess, or maybe they were original. It's been so long ago, but they were beautiful and really unique.
I think the highest price pedal car that's ever sold, it was a Packard, and it was over $75,000.
Oh my gosh!
That's pretty.
And they found it up in the attic and had to cut the ceiling out to lower it down. I mean, it was big. It's big as this desk. is,
Yeah,
Howard.
they were bigger. A lot of them were big. But anyway, we're off the subject again.
No, we're still talking toys.
But Buddy L, the like you say, the original ones were heavy, well made. But then the idea of
Cost always comes in there, don't it?
cost and increasing profits, and then as they got older and older, they started putting plastics and stuff. And even plastic, a lot of times, if it's taken care of, even if the unit is not abused, the plastic gets brittle with age, especially the early plastics that they
heat.
have. And heat will do plastic in. So
Yeah.
if you have antique toys that you're taking care of and you're saving, make sure you keep them in like a temperature control
Right.
area, out of the sunlight and stuff like that. 'Cause
I wonder if they would have used Bakelite, I bet it would have lasted a lot longer. Bakelite's a lot tougher.
a lot tougher, yeah.
A lot tougher than just regular plastic. Because they made phones out of Bakelite.
Right.
They made radio covers, made all kind of buttons and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Probably costs more. Than
Yeah,
you think.
that's why they didn't.
Probably it, yeah.
Hey, have you got any more prices? Oh, wait.
What?
Is it close to break time?
Well, we got about 4 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Keep talking.
Okay, I got a Buddy L hose and ladder fire truck. This is 1925 to 27 variation. One bid on that was $1,500.
Hey, let me tell you about that fire truck. That fire truck right there, if you set Granny, Manchester's old fire truck,
Right.
1929, it's got the same design as that fire truck right there. Buddy L copied them after real fire trucks.
After real
Wow.
So Granny's open top and got
Yeah.
the looks just like that. If you looked at the old toy, that's Granny.
Uh-huh.
Or like over Tullahoma, they got that 36 Dodge.
Yeah,
Same
they
way.
got the old, yeah.
They copy toys.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
cars.
Well, even today, you go back in the toy department, a lot of the things that are cars and trucks kind of look like today's. I guess the kids identify with them because they recognize them better.
Oh, then that's how you kind of identify the toy too.
Right.
The only way I remember growing up, you could tell a 56 from a 57, a 57 from a 58. Now,
You can't tell.
I'm older. I can't tell the difference between 2005 and a 2015 of this model.
Well, that's okay. I can't tell the difference between a Honda and a Nissan.
Yeah.
Used to be able to.
Oh, you can spot. You knew Oldsmobile, Buick,
Oh, yeah, 'cause
Chevrolet,
they-
Ford,
You know,
Chrysler.
they all had their distinctive mark.
Absolutely. Hey, with that, why don't we take one more break and then we'll get real busy and look up some. Let's look up some Mark wind-up toys.
Yeah, those were always neat. And some of the early wind-up toys were really, really neat and really cool.
And really expensive.
Well, you ever watch that movie Christmas? The one where you put your eye out with a BB
Yeah.
gun. You ever
Christmas
notice
Story.
towards the end where they open the gifts, that one little boy's playing with a dirigible, a toy dirigible. Now, a lot of kids today don't even know what that is,
Right.
Let alone a toy one.
You can go stay in that house, by the way, if you want to.
I understand it's a
I asked the kids if they wanted to, but you know,
and,
we'd
and,
have
and
to
there's
sell one of them to pay for it.
and supposedly they got what's his name, the little boy, he's standing out in front of a big blow up or
I
something
don't
in
know
the
about
pink
that,
rabbit
yeah.
suit.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Pickin' Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking!
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
That's what
That's all right.
Sorry about that.
Made me
We're
pack
still
up
here.
early.
We
Okay.
didn't leave.
Hey, real quick, Tracy texted me, and you know, every year we do the Arrowhead Ranch Boys.
Oh yeah,
Boys
yeah,
Ranch.
we've had
Yeah.
them on.
And she said to let everybody know she still has a couple of names left. Just 2 names. That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
So maybe somebody could run up and pick up those 2 names. And if you can't, just Tracy, just call Howard and he'll take them both.
There you go.
Because I sold him something last week. I know he's got money.
I spent it already.
Okay, so you did just wind up toys, which is really interesting. And,
Yeah.
and so you want to start out, Ronnie, with the marks, and then you come across with
Okay.
the high dollar wind up right
Okay.
after 'em.
Okay. I've got a very rare vintage 1940 Superman, just as a rollover plane, 10 marks. And the thing about marks is they would make the same toy for different characters.
Yeah.
You know, they done that a lot. And now, weren't they the ones that the metal, they reused the metal?
Well, yeah,
Another-
like when,
Oh.
like stamping companies, like when they were stamping. Like I've got a train that Mark's made,
Yeah.
and if you look inside it, you can still see the coat. They stamped the piece of metal out, and it was supposed to be Coca-Cola lids.
Right.
So
Really?
yeah, so all they did was
Well,
just
flip it
painted
over.
to one side.
You
and
know,
made the train.
shortly after World War II, you used to buy Japanese toys, and if you looked inside them, they
Right.
they were they would recycle metal, and you might see a Coca-Cola can, you might see
A beer can?
a beer can, but that would be on the inside of the toy.
Well, see, that's how Marks did too. They,
Yeah.
they didn't waste the money to paint the other side because you wasn't going to really see it.
No,
See, and, you know, back Mark's critics called their toys cheap, but really they were just inexpensive because he made them frugally, in a frugal manner.
yeah.
You know, but
that,
anyway,
that is the highest one, 2,000.
yeah, this Superman rollover plane was $2,000 one bid. Then I've got a Universal Frankenstein monster wind up 1963, and it's Mark's. It's mint in the box, brought $1,459 at 45 bits. Then we have a 10 litho Bunny Express with 2 cars.
Which is a train.
Yes, I had one of those.
You still have it?
No, $1,150.
See what you ain't got?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of these that I had. You know, it's back when I was buying and
Well,
selling.
name off 1 or 2 more and say had if you had it.
Here's a 10 Amos taxi driver, comic character. in the box.
That's Amos and Andy's show.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
he wanted $900 for it and took a best offer.
You had that one, I know.
I had the Flash Gordon rocket fighter, yeah. $829 took a best offer. And here's a Bunny Express train engine locomotive. Brought something better than $650.
We're talking toys. Hey.
I know.
And here's a nice one. This is a Circus Ringmaster with a red base. $650.
And it's got on it the line tamer. Is that what it is?
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
Well, the
yeah.
elephant. And, yeah. And I had this one. This is a.
Give us a couple more, Ronnie, and then we're going to get into some high dollar wind-ups.
Okay, this is the bread and butter, with the butter and egg man.
Oh, yeah. I had him before. I don't have him now. I had.
You had.
They wanted $650 and took the best offer.
I do have this next one.
The Popeye, the 10-toy street cleaner,
I got him.
Motorworks.
But he was also a Popeye. They
He was-
used the same man to make Popeye.
Yes, there he is down there. $649 took the best offer. Here's the Marks number 600 Main Street 10 wind up. It says original box. $5.99 took the best offer.
All right, give us that one more, the
No-
Popeye roller
Okay,
skater.
1950 Popeye roller skater. Wind up toy Japan Marks. $5.95 took the best offer.
What about that, Howard?
That's something.
For a 15-cent toy.
I know. See, a lot of the stuff that was made in Japan was
That occupied
really,
Japan stuff.
yeah, occupied. It says if it says occupied Japan, it's really worth a lot.
Yeah.
Because it was so cheap over there at that time, and Japan at that time was like China today. And
Now,
of course, Japan's priced out of the market now. They don't make stuff like that,
Yeah.
and.
Not no dime store stuff.
And you used to buy it at the dime store or the 5 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you'd pay 10, 15, 20 cents for something, and it's worth hundreds of dollars today.
Yeah,
Thing
and
about
some
these
thousands.
10 wind-ups, you know, if they work, if they're in good condition, the parts are all there, they'll bring good money.
Yeah, it's
You know.
amazing.
Now we've talked about a
Consistently.
$2,000 wind-up. You can top that, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I've got
Oh,
a
yeah.
But
rare.
Germany made a lot of wind-ups.
Oh, they made some really intricate stuff.
I got a Ernest Paul Lehman German amusement park carnival wind-up toy, circa 1910. So this
Oh,
has
boy.
a merry-go-round, well, kind of a
got a
merry-go-round
Ferris wheel.
and a
Remember?
Ferris wheel, and another one in the back. I can't really see it as good. Oh, it's like a swinging thing.
Lehman was
And
another big toy maker.
and you wind them up, and all the different parts of it move. And it was they sold for $19,995.
You got one of them, Howard?
I wish, no, I don't.
There you go.
Sad to say.
Next we have
Hey, hold on a minute.
Okay.
Ronnie, when he
Yes.
named some of this high dollar German stuff off, let me know if you had one.
Okay.
Okay.
I got
I had some Lehman stuff,
Yes,
but
you
not
did.
in high dollars.
Some of it was.
It may be now.
Yeah.
Ernest Planck warship of big cruisers, the SMHS Blucher. It's 20.4 inches long, 1908. So it's a steamship. 5 bids on that. It went for $6,900.
Wow.
Here's a 1920s Japanese wind-up racer.
See, some of them toys bring some money.
Oh, yeah.
Came from this is shipping from India, and they wanted $4,000. They got over $3,700 on it.
Wow.
Japanese toys, some of them bring a lot
Oh, yeah.
of money.
That's a lot of money in India.
Yeah. Let's see. What's another? Was a Guntherman Bluebird Land Speed Racer car. Captain Campbell's Bluebird. It says that was the buy now of $3,500 on that one. 1936 Kingsbury fire ladder truck. It's missing the ladders. $3,500.
Wow. Hey, you mentioned that ship. I can remember having a toy ship, and I think it was made out of wood. And it was like a battleship.
Mm-hmm.
It was about maybe so long, and it had guns on it.
Mm-hmm.
And they shot projectiles
Really? They
You know,
actually
a
fired
lot
it?
of toys were made out of wood during the war.
Yeah, you would take the projectile and shove it down in the barrel of the gun, and it had like a release, and it would shoot it.
How dangerous is that, Harry?
Pretty dangerous. They don't have things like it.
Not like Boba Fett, you know?
And the thing is, the projectiles were gone. I don't know where I got the toy, and we used to stick pencils in there. You know,
Oh, yeah,
of course, with the
that's-
sharp
yeah.
point out,
Well, yeah, of course.
and shoot at one another.
They probably rubber band powered on the
Probably a
shooter,
spring
you think?
in
No,
there.
it was
Is
like
a
a spring. You
Oh,
would
okay.
put down, it would
A
click.
little slot that,
And
that
supposedly,
pressed
I
the
guess your
spring.
friend was supposed to have a ship too, you know, and you
Yeah.
would shoot at one another.
Broadside each other.
Broadside,
Set
yeah.
up your
But
little
it was like a
man,
big
you
old
know, kind of,
battleship,
yeah.
and it had a front gun, back. I didn't think about that until you said something about that ship. I suddenly remembered that. I wished I had that. I bet it's worth money.
Oh, I bet it is too.
I could have been a millionaire if I'd have saved all this stuff.
Here's,
Doggone.
I got a 1950s.
You are a millionaire.
No,
what are you
I'm
talking
not.
about?
He could have been a multi-millionaire.
There you
Malta.
are.
I got a 1950s. This is a French Juliet's creation, Pinocchio wind-up carousel music box.
Oh boy.
The original one at $3,500, and they got somewhere over $3,000 for it. And let me close with a really good one here that I've been holding off on.
Yeah, we're getting
finale?
down.
Yeah,
We're,
there you
we're
go.
almost done to the end here.
Here's a 1950s original Tearful Teddy teddy bear doll, $17,000 with one bid.
Ooh,
You got one of them, Harry?
no.
I've got 3 of them.
No.
Well, let's wrap it up. We got maybe
okay.
a minute.
Oh,
Here.
well, I just,
That was it.
That was it.
Was that it?
You said it was.
We're going to end on that, huh?
What better way to end? $17,000.
Somebody had one of those
Right.
original Winnie the Pooh dolls. They're
That's-
worth a lot of money.
That's
too.
what I thought it was. It actually
Yeah.
does look like a Winnie the Pooh.
Well, it looks like we're about at the end of today's program, and we will be back hopefully next week, and no telling what subject we'll get off on. David will send me an email and say, let's talk about this, and then we won't.
I think for now when I send you an email, I'm going to name like 4 or 5 different topics. How's that sound?
That sounds good. We'll see you next week. Stay safe out there. Bye-bye.